So hello everybody again, and this is the sixth conference this year for our international project on modernism, metamodernism and postmodernism, and we are having our guests today from Italy and from Russia, and we will start our topic, hero, anti-hero, from our youngest participant for today, Greg from Moscow Art School. Yes, so Greg, will you?
Yeah, of course. Okay, first of all, hello everybody. Today I want to talk about hero and anti-hero. The topic. Every hero may be an anti-hero, and every anti-hero may be a hero. Now let's think about this. Firstly, I want to say that I think everybody know heroes and anti-heroes. And now I want to take, for example, Tom Riddle or Lord Voldemort that everybody knows from Harry Potter. Now I'll talk a little bit about his childhood and obviously his life. He had a bad childhood because his mother died after childbirth, and his father sent him to an orphanage. But once Dumbledore arrived there and take him to Hogwarts, there he was brilliant at all subjects, and Dumbledore noticed him. During studying, he wanted to know more about his family and the surname named Riddle, but everything was unsuccessful. He first killed a girl named Myrtle at school. This is very important because after school, he will be killing a lot of people, as everybody knows. And after finishing school, he started a journey. And the main thing I want to mention that he met dark magicians and started studying the dark arts. For now, that's all. And if you want to know more about him and this franchise, Harry Potter, I really recommend you to watch it. I'm thinking about that. All of this tells us that our opinion of the anti-hero or hero is forming during the book or film by the society that surrounds him. And to understand either the hero or anti-hero, we need the context consists of many things and details. Its past, future, actions, company, society, appearance, etc. After all this, we can say that he also had a purpose for all his actions as Harry
Potter. Okay, yeah. That's a nice choice. Wait for the expert answer on this. Okay, Nadine, what do you think about Harry Potter connected to our topic? And how did Greg do? He's the youngest ever participant.
I'm impressed by the level of his English and so on. And yeah, the topic, I think he exactly struck the topic, and I'm touched with his deep thought about the context, which should be taken into consideration when we talk about something anti-hero or maybe evil, and so on. So we have to think of the past and of how the person was brought up and why he exactly became evil in the modern society. So thank you, Greg, very much. I liked your presentation. Thank you.
Yeah, okay, thank you, Greg. Yeah, by all means, I will give you an excellent mark for English. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, so Greg, if you need to go anywhere, I will just set you free, but if you're welcome to stay anyway.
Can I ask, how old are you?
I'm 14, but in May I will be 15.
Okay, cool.
Turn 15, so next year you're welcome to participate because your level of English really allows you to do that.
Yeah, I will be listening, but I'll be without camera.
Oh, I got that. Yeah, at the same time you're working. Yeah, I can see that you're in the workshop. Okay, so
because we have
to your teachers.
Yeah, thanks. We don't have teachers here.
Oh, so there are extra classes. Okay.
But yeah, just extra classes.
School alone.
School, yeah, school.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Greg.
Okay.
So we are going to our next participant today. This is Martina. Yeah, Martina, hi. So now, if you tell me which one is yours, is it Devilman?
Yeah, in particular is the demon wolf in reality, because it is a character from the Teen Wolf TV series, which appears during the first part of the third season and the last episode of the fifth
Wait,
and sixth
this is not
season.
yours. I am asking which presentation is yours. Okay, have a look. Let me have a look. Teen Wolf. Yeah. Is that one? Can you see that?
Yeah, no, it's not.
It's mine.
That's letters.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, pardon, I am the only technician here. That's it. Is it here?
Yes.
Okay, so Green Wolf, oh no, Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf is the TV series, but in particular I chose the character of the Italian that initially was not evil, because he has always tried to fight for peace between werewolves and hunters. But one day, after some conflict with the hunter, while trying to restore peace, he is blinded by arrows. And after going blind, one of his betas tried to kill him to take his place and become alpha, but fails and is killed. And once the Calvian kills his beta, he discovered that by killing the betas, the alphas will gain the power that they have, gives a way to transform them. And so he convinced the other alphas to exterminate their packs as well. And he does all of this just to create his invincible pack of all the alphas. Years later, he learned of the arrival of the true alpha, that is the protagonist of the series, Scott Nicole, in the community. And from here on, a series of events will follow, which the wolf demon himself will unleash to push the protagonist to join his pack. At the end of this story, that is the most important and interesting part. The Calvin regained his sight, and in the last two seasons, he will come back to help Scott until the end. And he, in the end, died. It's really sad for me because he's my favorite character, but it's really, really beautiful and interesting thing. Yes. So,
Shall I switch to this one?
Sorry?
Shall I switch to this one?
Yeah. This is my project of remaking. And in particular, in this work, I try to show a message of richness in our world. And in the next slide, there is the executive. Because this is the part of the project, and this is the delivery. When I try to show the message of richness, and for this reason I use the golden leaf for try to accentuate this message. But in reality, the composition is the same of the original, but is I don't know, it's really, really strange because my intention is to try show the world that we live and the exploitation, the structures that we can have with much money or the bad condition that there is in this world. Some.
Is that all?
Yeah.
Okay, you somehow combined everything into one presentation, and topic disclosure on the hero, anti-hero, and the project work as well. Yeah, so I didn't want to stop you, but if anybody has got any questions on the favorite film, the favorite series, so you can ask about anything. Did I understand you correctly that you liked the anti-hero here? And you were sorry when he died?
Yeah, because in reality, he is not evil, but and in the end, it's really important for the story because he helped the protagonist, and he find again his good part, his good side, his soul for help a friend in the end, because the protagonist became his best friend, and he is an anti-hero different because he tried to protect him and not to destroy him.
Okay, so anything else that our experts would like to add?
I understand everything about the anti-hero that, as far as I understand, he got back to his good side. Yeah, that is an unusual story. So thank you for finding it. I have a question about the project, actually. If you could switch to the second side. Yeah, because you were talking about the third one a lot, but about this one, not so much. Can you explain what's on the second picture where you drew some characters? Well, second and third of your own. What does this mean for you? Because I didn't quite understand this picture.
Okay, in the second picture, I showed the part of ideas and all the color proof that I do. And in particular, I take my inspiration of the theater and dancer scene, in particular in one book of dance that was in school. And in the end, I find the technique that I would realize definitely. So with ink and golden leaf, for example, and so yes, I try to associate some ideas for create the end of my project.
So do I understand it right, the idea that this picture is kind of idealistic world and you're showing it in the present environment? So it's like an island of idealistic living, like golden age, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, my advice is for the final project, if you're going to submit it for us to present, if you would accompany it with a small text of explanation of your theory, of your conception, okay? Because now it's not quite understandable, and if you have any thought of it, so it would be better to be followed by some text, okay?
I guess that during the presentation we'll be able to translate the any text that you supply your picture with, and probably the participants of the exhibition, will be able to feel somehow what you felt, what you wanted to share with these works. I will be very careful to translate whatever, or probably you will provide the text in Russian if you wish, but it's better to English. It's better to provide it in English because we can translate like more carefully, because I don't understand Italian. I'm sorry to say. Okay, so so far so
excuse me, Nadine or Natasha. The presentation, the text, I mean, it's better to explain how long, how many words you need, and I suppose that everybody should write a text, every student. So I think that it's better to know how long. Very short one, 100 words.
Probably not more than 100 words, yeah, because we will provide each frame with a picture, of course, the frame and the picture, and we will insert the small text in Russian. I will translate.
So no more than 100 words. Okay.
Yeah, I guess
maybe
so.
a little bit more, but about this volume.
150 words, no more.
Yeah, something like that. Just a small explanation of the vision of the artist. Yeah, if you want, you can incorporate it into the composition of your like board, or how do you want it to look?
But we've never talked about it, so it's better to clear it to the students now.
So it can be a separate thing which we could put on the wall, or it could be incorporated into the presentation of the artistic work. So as you wish. But yeah, something small and brief, just like you said right now. I'm sorry, it was Martina,
Martina.
Right? Martina, yeah. Just as you explained it to us right now, just in
yes, but they've worked as a class about this topic, this remaking of Monet's Breakfast on the Grass. Maybe Luisa, would you like to say something about it? Just maybe we can have.
Actually, it was the first step of our excursion about modernism, postmodernism, and metamodernism. So it was a way to try to find a story to explain to the students such concepts that are not so easy to understand, even for me. I'm not very aware of what metamodernism is, because it's not the same concept in philosophy or in art or whatever. So we started from this painting, and the students decided that it was the most inspiring for them. So probably everyone decided to start from this and work about this painting, which was actually a work of art, very important at his age for the message. The message of this painting was really a postmodern message, if you think about it. So it was a way to understand the concept and see that modernism is up to date even now, and most modernism started more than 1 century ago, and metamodernism is something which is in the middle of the two ideas. I think, I'm not sure about it, but this is what I understand. And but the work was inspiring for the students, so they decided to work on this.
That's wonderful. That is why we like to provide it with the short text for the expert.
Can I say something more? While you were talking, I had an idea that if you're like developing the story of this, let's say, image or the idea of this composition, I don't know, maybe you should also include the pictures that were before that, because Monet, as I think you know, also took this kind of composition from ancient paintings or pictures. Yeah, there was something before that in like antique times.
It's the Renaissance classicism. So Raphael and Titian.
Exactly. Yeah.
Titian. So that's why it's a reinterpretation of classicism in a modern way, but with a purpose of scandal, and put the main idea idea turn around in a very different way. Sorry for my English, I'm just thinking about it.
It's perfect. Yeah. So I think it would be nice to include even earlier versions to see this development and how it changes in these different conceptions of modernism, postmodernism, and metamodernism. Then we could see the development, and it would be more understandable for the spectators, for the audience. Okay.
Yeah, Nadine, do you think we can arrange the composition? If
I think that the students should do it themselves, and I think it should be like one piece, with the whole story, which we could put on the wall like a picture. Well, it's how I see it. If you want it to be arranged differently, please don't forget to tell us how do you want it to be arranged on the exhibition.
Yeah, because I'm going to have the photos printed. Yeah, and then we would like to have a look how you see it to be arranged. So probably it's a good idea for you to take a picture of the final piece. Yeah, probably the text can be included into the composition, or we can just arrange the text just next to the frame. Yeah, which is easier.
And also please write the format that you want it to be printed on, like it could be A4, A3, A2, yeah. So
yeah, actually I've sent a letter already with the requirements, like the name, yeah. So but I forgot to say about the short text, but now as we have
I think that we can do it if I don't know, Louise, maybe we don't have here our arts teachers, but the deadline is this 12th of May, the 6th of May, isn't it? Or 12th of May. So it's the time we have very little time.
Oh yeah, on the 6th of May we already are starting to
we are arranging, but if we can understand like what format you have, we can think about where we hang it, and probably when we have holidays on the 11th, on the 9th, on the 10th. So probably if you are, even if it is possible for you to send them by the 9th or 10th, I will still be able to have them printed. Probably, yeah, because if we open the exhibition on the 13th, so the 12th is also kind of possible. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Thank you very much. I guess we are a little bit behind schedule. So Emma's presentation. Will Emma be speaking? Nope.
Emma is not here. I don't know why, but she's not here.
Okay, it's fine. Then now Ambra. Ambra is a name, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So Ambra, can you switch on the camera? Which presentation is yours, I wonder?
Okay, she said she cannot hear. Okay, Ambra.
Okay, probably somebody else can actually have a look at her work. Probably we can read it. Okay,
I guess it's my turn.
Okay, so Aurora, have you sent it? Okay, no. Who's going to?
I got it. I have it.
Okay.
I can share.
Okay, I'm going to give you the rights to share the screen. Okay. Okay. Just 1 second. Okay. So Barbara, have a look. Can you share the screen now?
Okay. Can you see it?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. Aurora, is this the first one?
What?
Is this the first?
Yes, this is the first one. For this presentation, I chose Walter White from Breaking Bad. This is one of the most famous series of all the time. I think some of you might have seen it. I put the plot in short. Can't read it. Okay, Breaking Bad follows protagonist Walter White, a chemistry teacher who lives in New Mexico with his wife and teenage son who has cerebral paralysis. White is diagnosed with stage 3 cancer and given a prognosis of 2 years left to live. with a new sense of fearlessness based on his medical prognosis and a desire to secure his family's financial security, White chooses to enter a dangerous world of drugs and crime and ascend to power in this world. The series explores how a fatal diagnosis, such as White's, releases a typical man from the daily concerns and constraints of a normal society and follows his transformation from mild family man to a boss of the drug trade. At the beginning of this series, we see this man, Walter White, facing some financial problems. For example, the cures for his son were really expensive, and he had two jobs, the teacher and another job at the gas station, but both of these two jobs were useless and didn't bring that much money. His work as a teacher was unsuccessful because his students often bullied him, and they didn't pay attention to his lessons. But Walter loved chemistry and he worked really, really hard in that field. He also had a project with one of his friends who studied chemistry with him. But at the end, they gave all the credits to his friends instead of Walter, who was the one who worked harder. So Walter decided to raise money for his family because he was diagnosed with cancer. So he was about to die in a few months and needed money. He wanted to leave something for the family. So he started a business and he used his studies in chemistry to create a drug, the methamphetamine. And since he was really, really good, he created a drug that was 99% pure and was one of the best in the world. So this thing started to become more serious, and his drug was requested by many people. And since the beginning of the story, from the beginning to the end, we emphasize with Walter, and we also cheer for him. We also get used to the problems as they grow bigger and bigger, and that situation becomes understandable. We kind of justify his actions. Even if he becomes a criminal and he crosses his morals during the episodes and he acts bad, from any other point of view, he would be the villain of the story. But we emphasize with him because of the misfortune he had in the past, and because behind every bad action, there's this good intention to help his family and raise money. I put another slide.
Okay.
One moment.
Yeah, I guess it switched off. Yeah.
Yes, one moment, because I need to. Okay, should be this one. Yes. Okay, I got it.
Okay, this is one of the most famous speech of the series. This is when his wife, Skylar, found out that all his plan and he's concerned about the family and for her husband, because it's very dangerous to have connections with the gangster or drug dealers, because he became an important member of this world. And Walter replies with a famous monologue saying, I'm not the danger, I'm not in danger, I am the danger. And I put a link to
Okay, wait, because we cannot open from here, but from, okay, wait. Okay, I have to do another thing. Wait, okay, that's the last one. I hope you can hear it.
You will have to switch on the microphone.
No,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
working here. Can you hear?
Nope.
Nope.
No, me too. I don't know why. There's no way. Okay, no, I cannot hear. I'm sorry.
Okay, it's
Doesn't
fine.
work.
We get the idea, I think.
Yeah, we get
That doesn't work, sorry.
yeah,
that was iconic.
yeah, I'm not in danger, I am the danger. Yeah, actually one of my favorite hooligan series. Yeah, so this is one of the heroes who also becomes an anti-hero. Yeah, and we empathize with him. So that's the main idea. Okay, any kind of
and he also had good intentions behind his actions. So
yeah, so good family for him. Okay, so anything to say?
Well, I'd like.
sorry.
Yeah, you go ahead.
I suggest to watch it. It's one of my favorite series.
Yeah, it's very well shot and the plot is wonderful. Yeah, the subject is not so nice. It's pretty sad. I would also like to say that we can see how people really change. And while Walter White is, well, he tries to avoid any kind of violence during his awful trip to this drug dealer world, but his wife, when she finds out, first she's terrified, of course, but then when she gets into the taste of it, of becoming rich by the means of, well, this bad gangster world, she actually finds it cool and she tries to become much more vicious than her husband. That at one moment he's even terrified of her because she seemed such a nice housewife woman, kind and so on, but sometimes she astonishes even more. So maybe if she was given that power, she would be much more dangerous than he was, though he even had to kill some people during the way, but it was like unavoidable, like to save his partner or his son or anything like that. So here we can see a lot of different plot lines which show us how actually people change when they're given power of not being blamed and like, well, the power. So yeah, thank you very much for that presentation. It's a really cool example of how an anti-hero is not so anti, because we can actually justify his actions, though in real world, of course, we cannot do that, because any kind of violence is still violence, and you cannot justify it by doing something good instead. You cannot justify helping your poor son by killing another person or selling drugs to anyone. That's just a message for us all to understand. Yeah, kids especially, please don't do that in real world. You can watch the series, but please learn the lessons.
Yeah. And also I noticed, probably I am not the expert in art, but I noticed like with the film, we can see the transition from Walter White into a bad guy, and then a transition from him and back to a good guy, and his wife being good, entirely good, then is like she is becoming worse and worse every time. She's becoming, as you said, vicious and probably envious and probably jealous of everything. And we can see how he becomes bad and then he becomes good and he wants to like justify all his actions actually. So to me that the series is like, it's really iconic, I would say, but I will not suggest watching it if you are under 18, so be careful. Okay, so thank you very much. That was one of my favorite actors and series of all the time.
Thank you.
And now we have Lera and Veronica, and I think that we are going to listen to the students that present here, or we will, yeah, we're a little bit behind schedule. So Lera, if you don't mind, I will ask Veronica first because she's a little bit younger. So Veronica wants to tell us about her project work. Yeah, Veronica, can you actually, I will give you the rights to share the screen.
I can't share the screen because
so you don't have a
it's
picture.
very hard to find it on my computer. Maybe
I can
Nadine.
share.
Yes.
You should have warned me, but okay, I'll find it in a minute.
Yeah. So Nadine, you now are able to join the screen, and
Okay.
my final presentation. Probably I will then give a word to Lera while Nadine is looking for Veronica's work. I don't think that Lera will be too long.
Yeah, please give
Lera,
word
are
to
you
Lera
okay
because
with this, Lera? Veronica, are you okay with this? Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
so then I will switch on to Lera's presentation. You remember Lera's wonderful presentation about exit, okay, and entrance. Okay, so Lera, you're welcome.
Okay, I want to tell you about my project that I just finished, I think a week ago. So at some of the previous meetings, I've already told you about the main idea of my project, but I can remind. So you can make the next slide. Yeah, and please show the photos. Yeah, so I've showed you these photos that I've made in Russian metro and my school, and there are the signs with exits and entrances. So I must say that in Russian there is one word for way out of some situation and an exit. So in English we have two words and in Russian one. And because of it, I've made all this project. So I think when we feel bad and something worries us and we can find a solution, we often pay attention to some signs in the street, on the streets, yeah, or on the subway. So I've made all these photos, and then I made a model or a layout. Actually, I don't know how to say that. I think it's a model, yeah. And this is what I've made. Can you show the previous slide? So as a result, yes, all this work was implemented in the model that you've seen just, and the resulting model is both a search engine for exits and entrances, a portable exhibition layout model, and a photo gallery. So what I mean, it's engine. It's a search engine because this model is just like a box that you can look and try to find the exit to this in that model. So I don't know, it's like some philosophical thing that you can try to find some exits and entrances, so ways out of some life situations. It's a portable exhibition because it's a box, so you can easily exhibit it in different museums. Yeah, and yes, and it's a photo gallery, photo exhibition, because I think all these photos is just interesting to look at, because I've made it in different places, in school, in metro, on the streets, and so on. So thanks for listening, and there is always a way out.
Okay, so it made me think about one phrase: think outside the box. And here little
you're right, exactly.
Yeah, so Lera has thought outside the box. And what do you mean by saying, I'm sorry, Nadine, and just I'm wondering, what do you think by a search engine? You understand that it's a kind of a browser, yes? Search engine. Can you play with it anyhow?
When I was making all this thing, I just myself was thinking about if there is always a way out of life situations or not. And so I think this box, this model just helped me to understand that, yes, there is always a way out.
So like okay, no entry, and that's a close end. Yeah, so you can't really come there. Yeah, it's like here.
Yeah, but there is a photo on the back side. One is the exit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that with the door.
That's interesting. Thank you very much for your presentation.
If I may add how the project evolved, I liked it very much because it began like a photo project, because Lera first came with the photos themselves, and there was the idea, but we wanted to develop it somehow. And so we suggested that she makes this transformable space to exhibit the photos. And that is a very metamodernistic thing to do, because you're not only thinking about the art project itself, but also how you exhibit it and how people are perceiving it, how they're perceiving your art, and also the transportation, which is important in our world. So I like it very much that it became so transformable, and you can put it in different ways, in different spaces, and people would perceive it differently. So I really like the result, and she made this huge model, and it's very beautiful, and there is a person there, as you saw. So I like the result very much. It is very understandable to any kind of person. You don't have to be an art expert or something. So I'm really glad we made it. Yeah. Maybe some other teachers would like to say something.
Probably to ask anything. Yeah, Aurora, you're welcome.
I'd like to know how did you make the photos, the ones with the black figure and the red box?
We took the photos in the studio. They were actually, they had some trashy background at our school. And then Lera, I think she made it through Photoshop or something.
Yeah.
But the box is really that red, and it's very colorful and showy and cool, because it's a cool background for the photos themselves.
Is it a shoebox?
No.
It actually began as a shoebox, right?
The
first one.
Yeah, the first one I've made a smaller model, and it really was a box.
Lera actually brought us the shoe, or maybe not the shoe box, but the smaller prototype, and it was this color, and we really loved it. So she actually painted the bigger box in this color and put all the photos on it.
Yeah, I find.
And also, I would like to add that with this kind of art, you can not only show something to the person, but it is actually the power of the designer to make people move in some certain way. Well, that is the work of the navigation as an art. It's also a designer's art, yes. So here we can see the impact of it. You will go where the arrow shows you. So this is also another good issue in this project.
And I love how our school is incorporated into like this way in, this way out.
Yeah, we have a very strange navigation at school. It's really hard to find your way out at the first time or way in.
Yeah, anything. So thank you. And the last participant for today, Lera, thank you very much. That was wonderful. The last participant for today is Veronica. Okay, Nadine, if you're ready to show Veronica.
Yeah, can I share? Yes.
Yes, you can.
Can you see it?
So that's a digital one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've made it in Photoshop, and it is my vision of art history, and it is a Babel tower that been building for centuries, for 1,000 years by humanity, and each level is a different epoch, a reflection of this epoch in architecture. Yeah, I've chosen architecture because I'm studying it at school. Yeah, and the idea is that the question, will the humanity be able to continue building this tower, to build in another level and to do it together? And will the apocalypse happen, or even will we become this apocalypse of our art because we couldn't save what we've built? And that's all what I wanted to say in my project.
That's really nice. I would like to know every bit of it, because sometimes you just can't see. Will you make a small brochure or small text saying what kinds of architecture you used? Like I can see the Opera Theatre, then the Dubai Tower, then Stonehenge, Colosseum, even Sagrada Familia, if I'm not mistaken. Is it?
No, I don't think Sagrada Familia. Yeah, it's some, I don't know what that really is. It looks like some Indian castles, or maybe French.
This is, wait a minute, North Dame Cathedral.
Cathedral, okay. So if you can have a look at home, because it's really interesting to find out what you used, because some pictures are really small. I would believe this to be a lighthouse, but it's not. I actually think, yeah, it's not. And oh, wow.
This is Burj Khalifa. I think you know it. It's the highest building in the world. It's in Dubai. In the middle, there is a Russian famous, one of the famous Moscow, as we call it, Seven Sisters. It's Stalin's architecture, but it's like, well, it's taken after New York skyscrapers, but it's iconic in Russia. Yeah, on the left, it's a famous modernist building by Le Corbusier, Villa Savoy. On the right, it's an opera theater in Sydney on the upper level. And then it's, I think it's Kazansky Sobor in
Yes,
yeah.
It is.
Well, then some castles from maybe France or somewhere. Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe, yeah, I like the idea of Natalia. Maybe, yeah, you should make some list of what you incorporated here. Yeah, then Colosseum, some Greek temple. I don't know.
Every building, right?
What?
Every structure. That would be nice.
Name of every building.
Yeah, because we can see here not only the Egyptian pyramids, but also the Aztecs or the Mayan pyramids, or what it is. I don't know, because it will be very interesting for the students and for the ones who go into the exhibition, to find out, because I would mistake some castles, I don't know, for St. Paul's Cathedral or something, because it's very small. So I would like the detailed, like probably script, because it's really interesting to have a look at it. It's like, I don't know, it gives you the whole idea of what you wanted to say. Like everything builds up on the next one, if I'm understanding it correctly.
Yeah, this is a kind of, I don't know if it's the same in English, it's called palimpsest, where you have the levels of something on top of each other. Well, it came from linguistics when they had like something written a lot on top of each other, yeah, in the ancient times. And also it comes into some other art. So here in like meta universe, this is kind of Babel Tower in the metamodernistic way, let's say. So yeah, we left all the sky above to see for the future what will come next. So Veronica's project is kind of a question, as she said. She said, as you might mentioned, as you might have noticed, she had a lot of questions in her speech. So the whole work is a question: will we be able to communicate, to build something new and better than the previous epochs? Because when they had Stonehenge, they did not know about, I don't know, concrete in buildings, but now we have everything, and we can choose, or we can build something new. So there are a lot of different ideas you might get from the work.
And there is a lot of space, yeah, that you can continue the tower.
Yes.
Okay. So thank you very much, Veronica. That was wonderful work. Okay, have I missed anybody? Okay, let's show Ambra's work as well, because she's not, she is not able to speak up, right, Barbara?
No, now I can.
Ah, okay, Ambra, you're
Oh,
here.
that's
Perfect.
So, wow, good. So, is it all right? Can you see that?
Yeah, but if you could make it
wait,
full screen,
I can make
Yes,
it, full screen, but I'm afraid that it
or
will.
at least a bit bigger, like without the right
Yeah.
panel.
Mhm.
Yep,
Just one
here.
moment. Here
Yeah,
I am.
that's better.
So, Umbra, you're welcome. What's up? Okay. Oh my God, she's been
I
switched
think
off.
she has, yeah, I think she has problems because she's not
Okay,
here
so
now.
maybe some of her teachers will just comment on what she wants to say. Yeah. Okay, or let's just have a look at what she has prepared, because it would be unfair, yeah, if the student is here but she can't talk due to technical reasons. So maybe she's back. Okay, let's have a look. Are you back, Umbra?
Sorry,
Okay, it's fine.
can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay.
you can.
Okay, I want to talk about Devilman from Gonagai. In the original version was a manga, and after Netflix translated into an anime, Devilman Crybaby. The story is about Akira, when he's informed by his best friend Rio that the demons will reborn and attempt to take over the human world again. Because in this world, demons lived before the human existence. And Rio suggested to Akira to merge with Ammon, one of the first demon in the biblical history, to become a devilman, a hybrid between a devil and a man. Because the devilman has the characteristic of the power and of the devil, but the kindness and of the human. Akira is a high school student with a poor heart, and he bonded with Ammon because he wanted to protect his friend, and because he wanted to stop the apocalypse. And during a Sabbath, that is a party that used by witches to communicate with demon, it's a ceremony. Akira absorbed Ammon and start to kill all the demons that try to help Satan to rise again.
and in the same time, he built his own army of devilmen, so human that have the power of devils. I choose devilman because it's not a story only about demons, but is the human being, is the connection between our evil part and our good part, and the conflict that we have to fight in our life, like injustice, love, revenge, and madness. And in this case, humanity put his own fate into this anti-hero that is ironically a demon too, that is generated by the same fate. After I create, I use some point to help define the anti-hero. So the fact that the anti-hero have defects, benefit, the code, and the reasons why. The defects is the fact that the anti-hero is imperfect, like a real human. Is not the classic hero blessed by the god, but is just a normal person with his own problems. The benefit is the fact that the anti-hero is not a villain, and he can do immoral action, but only because there's a reason why to do this. The code is the fact that the anti-hero put limits on himself, and sometimes it's because he do this for past trauma that he lived. Not like the normal hero that's for the good of the society. The society, but for some specific persons, like in this case, Akira wants to save Nikki, his beloved one. The last slide is about my project of no, I can see the I don't see. Okay, thank you. This one is my project for breakfast on the grass. I wanted to use the collage with some paintings of Malcolm Leckie, a famous artist. I wanted to represent the scandal around the paintings because the nudity was a shame for the woman, and so I wanted to represent the woman naked, and the other two women looking at the viewer with a provocative look and almost accusatory. Because the nudity is our essence and the truth, and we shouldn't be scared of it. Okay.
That's it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a very interesting version of Monet's. Yeah, okay. I think
Yeah.
teachers have something to say. How do you like this Monet's?
Yeah, I'd say that this last picture is kind of mixture of breakfast on the grass and Olympia, because the stare is actually much more of her kind. When she looked at the spectator, it was unusual also for that time, and rather the audience would be ashamed than herself. So maybe you could
It
also
sends the
include,
message, isn't it?
yeah, so you could maybe include two pictures as a prehistory of this one. I would include Olympia for sure.
Yeah, because there's like, when I am not really experienced, yeah, I'm just a teacher of English. When I look at this picture, it really sends a message. It's like, what are you looking at? What are you looking at? And the other one says, oh, whatever. Yeah, so you actually show the emotions on their faces, which is wonderful, I guess. And also we can see what, Black Panthers here. So I guess that's a reference to Breakfast on the Grass, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so I found yeah, even an experienced viewer such as I am, yeah, saw this reference, and this is nice to find out, yeah, that you can see the reference to some of the classics. Okay, so guys, and some final words, probably some final wishes for the teachers that are going to arrange the demonstration, the exhibition. Yeah, okay, me and Nadine are going to organize an exhibition. Oh, Ambra. Okay, so something with the connection. A little bit of a resume, yeah, just
I don't.
Pardon? Okay, okay, it's just some technical reasons that we can't. Oh, okay, so if you can send some pictures to us as soon as possible, please do. Check up the size, whichever size.
Yes.
Yes, okay, size. And then a short text with your name. Yeah, and we will, and probably you can have the pictures with the whole set of the composition. Am I right? It's like summing it up, probably something to say at the end.
Yeah, I mean, as full as information as you could send us, like how to present your work, how you want it to be presented on the wall, in one picture or in a series of pictures, the size, the information about the artist, about his teacher, presumably.
Of course, yeah, the teacher, art teacher.
The name of the school and so on. So everything you want to include in the exhibition would be nice.
Yeah, I would say the name of the school, the name, the teachers, yeah, the name of the artist himself, yeah, the size, yeah, for us, to you.
The name of the work, if you have it.
The name of the work, the explanation, yeah. And I will have everything in 2 languages, so don't worry, nothing will escape, nothing will be skipped. I mean, that will be an English text and Russian text for those who can't speak English.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Talking about this today's sessions, I really love the choice of the heroes and anti-heroes, because they were very dualistic, as it must be, because we should always think about the context from where the anti part arises. And I remember the part actually during this conference, I remembered how we were taught in actors school that if you are playing kind of an unusual evil, or let's say, as supposed in society, evil or vicious character, you must justify his actions, you must learn about his background. And one time I played such a character, and when I wrote for myself about like my previous life and background, backstory, I really could build that arc of how I became, and actually my actions became very clear and understandable after that. So yeah, we should always think, never judge a person by the first look, and try to understand why he's acting like that. That's like my advice for all people, never judge from the first sight. Find out what were the previous actions. That's why you will understand the consequences later.
Yeah, actually, what I liked about today's students' work and today's students' anti-heroes that they've actually chosen for us is that every time we start to emphasize this, as Aurora says, we start to feel something for the anti-hero. So it's not the entire 100% villain. There is something good, and we always are sorry if villains or if those heroes, yeah, the antagonists die at the end of the film. We always cry, or yeah, so it's a pity. So I think that that's kind of a very strong message after today's conference, and thus we are finishing this year's project. I believe that it was so interesting for us, and we all learned a lot of stuff. I'm judging by myself because I used to be an English teacher who never knew anything about metamodernism, modernism, or postmodernism, only the words probably, and not even all of them. So, and now I think, like, I'm not an expert, but actually now there is a kind of a field of the expertise for me that I can a little bit, you know, show off sometime in a society. Yeah, that's a joke. Okay, so thank you very much to our teachers, wonderful participants, to our experts. Thank you for your ideas. Thank you for the organization, Lilia. Thank you. And I think I will send a small feedback to everybody with all the presentations included. And after we've developed this exhibition, we've arranged everything. We will take pictures and we will send all of them to all the participants, even to those who couldn't participate for various reasons. Yeah, and the video as well. So here, I think if nobody has anything to add, so
Natalia, maybe